Hello, welcome to the cottage. I'm Joey the Veiled Cottage Witch, and today we are taking a first look at the Druidic Tarot by Andrea Cogerino and David Lopes. This is a Los Scarabeo, I think I'm saying that right, deck. This just came out. I'm super excited. I have used it a couple of times. I couldn't help it before I did a review. This deck is absolutely gorgeous. It is probably one of my new favorites. And yeah, just absolutely beautiful. Let's dive in. So I really love the box. I really love the size. I think it's absolutely beautiful. So let's look at the guidebook. Introduction. Druidism represents the spiritual tradition of Native Europeans. That is my ancestry. I am British and Irish, so this just really speaks to me. It is my tradition as well, considering that I was born and raised in northern Italy. The women and men who inhabited these areas before the advent of Christianity were not much different from those we would meet at Stonehenge in England, or Carnac in France, or Newgrange in Ireland. Our spiritual roots are the same. According to many, the word druid means oak tree. So may the acorn of Druidism, the one held by the divine fool in Arcanum, be reborn in us and become a wonderful oak tree. That's beautiful. That is wonderful. May the sacred grove grow in us and around us in the building of the new world. This is the wish I want to make to anyone who picks up this deck, to return to the feeling of what has been living within us for thousands of years, playing the strings of our very ancient European spiritual tradition, Druidism. What a great introduction to a beautiful, beautiful deck. So there's several spreads here. There's the 9 card, the 1, the 3, and then an explanation of the cards. And just like most Los Scarabos decks, there are other languages, which I think is wonderful. So let's look at the, I am gonna hold on to this because there are explanations for each of the major arcana that we're gonna look at. Oops, sorry, bumped the table. Just to explain the different archetypes of each major arcana. This is gonna go into depth here because I think that's so important. So, here we are. First of all, look at this beautiful artwork on the back of these. They're just so beautiful. And then let's talk about the size. It fits right in my hand, you guys. I have tiny hands, as you know. I'm a tiny person. I'm only 4'11". I have tiny, tiny hands. And I have found that this shuffles amazing. I love it. Wonderful size, wonderful size. So I lined them all up because I did use this a couple of times. I did use the Empress in my 1 card and 4 decks. And I did do a reading for my dad out of this deck. So, yes, it has been used. So let's look. Each one of the major arcana is a famous archetype from Druidism. So it's so important that we look at each one. We have the Fool here. This is the Divine Fool. A young boy walks on an oak branch hanging above a ravine. In his hand is an acorn, a symbol of the Druid's oak tree. He invites us to reflect on our daily folly. From the mists of time through the ages, his moving through the world gives humans wonder, awe, and a thirst for mystery. And there's more to this, but I'm not going to read the whole thing. I just want to give you guys an explanation of who this represents. So this is the Divine Fool. Isn't he cute? Look at his cheeks. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. So that is our Fool. And the Magician is the Apprentice. A young druid stands in the center of a sacred clearing or nematon. On a small cut dolmen is in front of him rest the symbols of the four elements, that is, the four suits of the minor arcana. A branch for fire, a cup for water, a ceremonial blade for air, and a transparent rock crystal for earth. He looks at them with care and concentration. He is the apprentice, the one who initiates the magical world within us. Let us try to contact him. Let us awake in the dream. Now everything will change for a very simple reason, because we have found our way. It will be our future from now on that will cause the present and no longer the past. Isn't that awesome? That's our magician. Now the high priestess is the great druidess. The great druidess stands in the center of a cromlech, a sacred circle of druidesses surround and honors her as she, as if in a trance, dances under the great moon, guardian of the feminine mysteries. We don't see it, we don't hear it, we don't understand it, but they are all listening to the mysterious sound of the cromlech, the anniversary of the year of the moon. They are honoring the sacred number 3. After centuries and millennia, may the great druidess return to whisper directions into our ears. It is an initiatory transmission that was never really interrupted, but only passed down a level, dropped behind the veil of appearance. The Druidic oral tradition, the transmission of wisdom, has never stopped. It's we who stopped listening and dancing. Let us begin again. Isn't that beautiful? I'm going to say that every time. I'll try not to be redundant. Let me zoom in a little bit here. All right. And the Empress is Bridget. If you have watched my Empress video, Bridget holds up the earth she forged. She is the symbol of the sacred feminine. The festival of Imbolc is dedicated to her. At her feet is her totemic animal, the pure white wild swan, one reason why women still wear white at weddings today. She is the shining, the luminous, Bridget Bright, the oldest creature in the world, perpetually young and alive. Bridget invites us to connect to the great mysteries of the Mother Goddess, who is all and can do all. In times of difficulty, let us ask her for help. With love and trust, let us open ourselves to her mysteries, her gifts. Ah, I love her. The Emperor is Lu. Lu, the god of light. shines atop a rocky outcrop. He is the symbol of the divine masculine. The Lunasad festival is dedicated to him, which is right around the corner. Behind him is the totemic animal, the raven. In his hand, the invincible spear. At his feet, a lyre, an instrument with which to vibrate the power of inspiration, Awen. In him are summed up the powers of the divine masculine. He is the god of 1,000 talents. All crafts of the earthly plane in him are brought to mastery. Yes. And the Hierophant, the great druid. The great druid is the most authoritative and senior among those present. He has come to the essence of the magic of things, which is why he sits at the center of the Druidic place par excellence, the Nemeton, the sacred clearing at the center of the oak forest. Seated with him are members of the esoteric druid inner circle, human and otherwise. Very powerful. The lovers is the sacred couple. Two young people emerge from a cave. He has small deer horns, reminiscent of Cernunnos. She wears the flower crown of the goddess Spring on her head. Their long hair is joined and knotted as in a handfasting, uniting them in a bond of sacred love and sexuality. Their union has already produced a magical creature, a sphere of light that unites and purifies their heart. Lovely. The chariot is the hero's chariot. At the top of a hill, standing upon the war chariot, is the hero. On his face is a mask. Any of us can hide behind it. He is the archetype of the victorious warrior. The sun rays radiant from his covered face, the sphere of light around his head, invite us to feel that victory is always within us. Awesome. Strength is the power of love. A young druidess sits gracefully on a giant white deer. With her gentle ways, she manages to tame the rarest and wildest animal in the sacred grove. The two are now one, white, bright. They fear nothing. They soar serene and majestic atop a crevice. It seems that their purity, their brightness, the strength of their love projects light into the world around them. Isn't that awesome? The hermit, the lonely druid. An old druid stands at the center of an impenetrable, lonely forest at the edge of the world. Perhaps no one will ever meet him, nor will he want to meet anyone. But we know that it is lonely hermits like him who cast light into our dark world from their solitary shelters. Their service takes place unbeknownst to all. Always and forever it will happen this way. This is how it must be. I love these cards, you guys. They speak on so many levels to me. The wheel is the wheel of the year. Inside of the wheel of the year are the 4 Celtic festivals: Samhain, October 31st to November 1st, Imbolc, January 31st to February 1st, Beltane, April 30th to May 1st, and Lunasa, July 30th to August 1st. We awaken the power of living at Beltane and dying at Samhain. We contact the power of being masculine at Lunasa and feminine at Imbolc. The festivals of the year indicate the times when it is propitious to be and not to be, to do and not to do. The wheel is always in motion. Like nature, it is eternal but never motionless. Let us try to follow the wheel of the year within ourselves as well, looking at our inner seasons. Let us try to find harmony again. Let us follow the directions of nature. If only we learn to look well, we can benefit from the very ancient rhythms of the wheel. Our coven follows the wheel of the year, and it's so exciting when we get to turn that wheel. I love it. Justice is the weird, WYRD. An invisible web mysteriously connects events and creatures. It arrives in our modern world with a very ancient Celtic iconography of threads, knots, and entanglements. We must resort to the concepts of fate, destiny, and synchronicity to understand it. But we feel that these definitions barely scratch the deeper meaning of the weird. It almost seems as if there are forces greater and wiser than we are. Absolutely. The Hanged Man, the reflected mirror. A mystical druid is reflected in an enchanted lake over which hovers the mystery of the waters of Avalon. If we looked closer, we would notice that his figure in the mirror of water is more defined, luminous, precise. Often by contemplating the mirror, we catch aspects of us beyond the image. Sometimes, looking at the world upside down, we discover the real state of affairs. I love that for the Hanged Man. That is awesome. Goosies! All right, death, the initiatory death. A man crosses the great boundary. Beside him, Sister Death. Together they cross the threshold. The great journey is beginning. True life starts now. Along the path, we will gradually experience many deaths, cross many crossings. This means that we will be able to experience many initiations because with each end corresponds a new beginning. That's awesome. Temperance is the Lady of the Waters. At the base of the waterfall of life mix different emotional currents. The Lady of the Waters sits there motionless. She welcomes and transforms. From her bosom flow rivers of light, the great archetype of the sacred feminine, now associated with the flows of existence, is manifested in this figure. The swan observes impassively the great change. We are water. With the eternal, imperturbable, adaptable power and patience of water, we can face the waves of life, welcome and direct the change that suits us best. We are asked only this, to sustain the gaze of the goddess and charge our fluid and loving nature with truth and purity. Oh, I love that. That is so awesome. The devil, Kernanos, my patron god. A creature made of forest, deer, and man, meditates in the center of a clearing. In one hand, he holds a torque, the precious metal choker cherished by the Celts that represents protection from unseen forces. He is the lord of the forest. His are the rites of sacred sexuality that are celebrated upon Beltane. He is the ability to summon totemic animals to protect humans. Let us never forget, even if we live in the heart of a metropolis, there is always a primitive, unspoiled forest in our hearts. On our skin, we have the invisible tattoos of our belonging to the sacred grove. Let us always remember where we come from. Let us never forget who we really are. Let us always rely on our pure instincts. It is an ancient power. It is in us. It is us. Woo! Yes, it most certainly is. Okay, the Tower, the collapse of tradition. A cromlech and a 1,000-year-old oak tree, the symbols of a clan's strength, are in flames, burned by hordes of enraged barbarians surrounding them, intent on destroying the center of tradition once and for all. Something is breaking in us. Something we hold dear is collapsing, and we are losing our references. An evolutionary jolt urges us to awaken from the sleep of oblivion. We reactivate the 3 Druidic fires of light, life, and love. They are the ones that give us strength, structure, and direction. The tradition to which we reconnect should always be honored, protected, cherished. It is we who ignite it with the sacred fire of our passion, our ardor, not the others. Ah, I love that. The star is the fairies. From the water of the lake emerges the silhouette of a fairy. She is one of the elemental spirits of tradition. Her hair is gathered and blown in the wind by the air fairies. Below her, the water fairies, like sinuous whirlwinds, wrap their legs around her. Among the plants and rocks, earth spirits sing. She is the lady of the elements. They love her, they tease her, they protect her. They are the mysterious creatures of the world of elsewhere. I think this is my favorite card. I love that so much. The moon, the lunar mysteries. The witches, keepers of the lunar secrets of the night, open gateways to the realms of the elsewhere. Here they meet secretly, create a space-time in which rational daytime rules no longer apply. They create their own laws. The full moon, majestic, towers over the great realm of the mysteries of the night. Its guardians from the dawn of time are women, for every woman can be and knows how to be a druidess. Perhaps we are becoming too diurnal, masculine, hyper-rational, analytical, with everything under control. May the mysterious circles of druidesses awaken in us. They hear melodies that we do not, the music of the heavenly spheres. That is why they always manage to dance, always. Love it. The sun, the solar mysteries. At the foot of a large member, or Ophelos, the navel of the world, as the Greeks said, 9 druids celebrate the solar mysteries. There are 9 of them to honor the ancient number 3 of the druids. They love the Great Spirit, its metaphysical and mathematical communications. They meet to become sun, love astronomy and the realm of laws, and seek to reproduce the celestial designs on earth. For the sages, every ritual is solar, even the 4 Celtic festivals, as they are celebrated 40 days after equinoxes and solstices. They know that the number 40 represents a cycle, a process that begins and ends. Like the sun radiating light and warmth indiscriminately, generously, we seek to be equanimous and loving, to bring wisdom, strength, love, and light into the world. Awesome. Judgment, the trumpet of judgment. The clan gathers at the call of the great Celtic war horn, the carnix. It is said that Celtic warriors preceded battle with the sound of this instrument to connect with war spirits and be possessed by fighter fury. Hearing the ancient call, no one can say no, for the trumpet of judgment is inevitable. That's so powerful. And the world is the great oak. The world of Druidism is an oak tree, the tree of life. So much will its roots sink into Mother Goddess, so much will its branches expand toward the great heavens. But if we look closely, both the below and the above are made up of branches. leaves, and plants. Basically, there is no realm outside the sacred grove. Everything is in him, in her. Ah, awesome. Okay, that's the major arcana. Now we're going to go pretty fast because I just wanted to explain that because I thought that was so cool how each one of the major arcana was a certain archetype. So here we go with the wands. Aren't these awesome? Ah, I love this ship. Look at that wicker man, that burning man. Aren't these so cool, you guys? This is probably my favorite Druid deck. I have the Druidcraft Tarot. I might give it away because I like this one so much better, to be honest. I mean, look at that. Just amazing. So instead of page, knight, princess, and prince, or I'm sorry, prince, princess, queen, and king, we have apprentice, adept, druidess. Look at her, she awesome. And druid. Okay, and now on to the cups. Look at this Ace of Cups. Ah, I'm just in love with this deck, you guys, for good reason. Ah, the images are just, they just come alive. Look at that Nine of Cups. Here we have our apprentice. Adept, look at that horse. Look at that fish. Here we're on to swords. I like that stormy cloud there. I love the way that this is boxed in, like she's protecting, or he protecting themselves. And I just love that. Look at this Nine of Swords. Relatable. This is probably the most beautiful Queen of Swords I've ever seen. I'm in love. I'm in love, guys. I'm in love with this deck. Look at this Ace of Stones. Ugh. I just love it. Look at that. I really like this Nine of Stones. This is just awe-inspiring. She looks like she's part of the stone. I just love that. Well, that was the Druidic Tarot. Shall we do a spread? I talked a really long time, so let's just do a 3-card advice for your mental and physical well-being, advice for your heart and soul, and advice for your spirit. So mental, physical, heart and soul, and spirit. Let's shuffle really good. You'll see how well this shuffles, you guys. I can bridge really well with this. I am so impressed with this deck. The artwork, the size, the quality. Look how good. I'm 10 out of 10. Thank you guys for letting me share this with you. I'll put the information down below so that you can order it. I really want you guys to have your own deck because it is absolutely wonderful. Probably one of the best decks that I've owned. I really do need to do a top 10 decks that I've got this year so far, because I know that I've got some Oracle decks that are amazing that I've got this past year, and some awesome tarot decks that I'm absolutely in love with. And yeah, I should do that. I definitely should. It's just so hard to pick favorites, you know, but this and Under the Oak Tarot, my Wizard of Oz, there's just so many. My Dark Reflections Tarot. I'll probably have to do one Oracle and one Tarot. just saying, there's just so many. Okay, one more shuffle and then we'll, yeah. Thanks for sticking with me, you guys. Listening till the end. Hope it was worth it. Because I tell you, This deck is amazing. We're gonna come out a little bit. Oh, not that far. All right. We'll do this one. This one. And this one. And this is for the collective, you guys. This is for all of us. All reversed. Great. All right. This is advice for the mental and physical well-being. We've got the 9 of Swords reversed. So we're coming out. This is a release card. When I get the 9 of Swords reversed, this is a release, right? So we're letting go of some of that sleeplessness, some anxiety. We're letting go of some of that. A lot of worry, a lot of anxiety is letting go, which is a wonderful, wonderful thing. Some physical stuff that we've been worried about has kind of settled down. So we're not, some of the things that have been on our mind and that we've been worried about kind of has all been settled down, so we can relax about that a little bit. I know I've had some physical scares that I have found out that were nothing. So this is kind of a release, kind of a everything's cool kind of thing. So we can relax and sleep a little better and let go of some of that anxiety. Thank goodness. Advice for the heart and soul. 6 of Swords. We're reluctant to move past. We're holding on to a little bit of things in our heart that we just don't want to let go of. Maybe there's some resentment that we're holding on to. Maybe there's something that we're trying to let go of, but we're just not ready to do that yet. We're working on it, but we're just not quite ready to say goodbye to it yet, but we're working on it. And that's the important thing. We're working on letting that go. And that's a good thing. We may not be ready to completely cut ties with it, but we are working on letting that go. So that's a good thing. Progress is good. We're working on it. Advice for spiritual realization. We've got the Druidess of Stones. So for me, for you guys, and for me, this feels like this is something that we need to do. You know, we need to ground into this card. This is the Druidess of Stones, the Queen of Pentacles here. When this comes up reversed, we need to be wearing this crown. We need to put this hat on and to take on this archetype. We need to be strong in this. You know, if there's something that we're working on spiritually, we need to ground into that. You know, if there is something we're working towards spiritually, we need to ground into it. We need to dig into ourselves and put down roots and say, okay, this is not something I'm thinking about. This is something I'm going to do, and take those next steps and actually do that. So this may relate to this. It all relates, So this may be something that, okay, if I need to let go of that anger and resentment, and I need to let go of those emotions, then I need to ground in and actually take those next steps and actually do the work that it takes to do that. So I really feel this. I don't know if you guys do, but there are things that I need to work on, that I know that I need to ground in, and I need to actually do the work to do that work. So that was the Druidic Tarot and a quick little reading. I hope you guys enjoyed this deck. I hope you guys can grab it for yourselves. It is so worth it. It's a beautiful, beautiful deck. I am super enjoying it, and I hope you guys will too. Please give this video a like. Please subscribe if you'd like to see more. I'm going to do another deck review of a new oracle that I got. It's the Pure Magic Oracle. It's absolutely beautiful. Be looking for that as well. All of my other details, my website, and all of that are down below. Other than that, live your best life and live for yourself. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.